Now, when it came to the death, now the part of death,
yes,
in Kamba community,
yeah,
how did they believe about death in Kamba?
The Kamba community, as we said earlier, obviously death has been there with us since the beginning, and for those who even read the other histories about Christianity and other sources of information, but also in the Kamba community, it has been there since the beginning of humanity. So death, obviously, because it's departing from the loved one and your family members and the people who love you, it's seen as a dark thing, not a very lovely thing. And in fact, there used to be people there used to be elders and people would be used to chase the spirit of the dead, especially if in a family people have died consecutively. Yeah, so sometimes it would be as a source of curse, keumo, curse, or maybe muma, ivitu. Yeah, those are like a oath, maybe we go against it, or just the bad omen, just be a bad omen. So that has been there with the Kamba community from the beginning, according to their beliefs and even the history, and it was not seen as a good thing. It was seen as a very, very bad thing, and anything around it, it was seen as a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, for example, kwa hii boma mtu ameweza kukufa.
Yeah.
Which method did Kamba use to give the information to the neighbors kwamba kuna kitu imefanyika hapa?
Wailing. People used to wail as a sign of sending message. People used to, wanalia, then people would get to know there's something happening there. So they would come and mourn with them, or maybe get the message. So when there's a tragedy like that one, people would cry and mourn. Also, there used to be the vijana. They would be sent by the elders to go na vijana. Sometimes imaanisha ni kijana mdogo sana. It can be a young man who just got married. Yeah, then he be sent by the wazes. Huyo ni kijana bado to them. So he would be sent to pass a message. So I think the age group which would be used to pass particular message used to be depending on the kind of message it is. Yeah, so they would wail, send people. That is be one of the thing. Yeah, so that is in the earlier ages. Hakukuwa na simu, hakukuwa na other
hizi vitu mingi.
Yeah.
Now, mzee amekufa wa boma.
Yeah.
Na before that, I do believe, is it true that before mtu akikufa walikuwa wanaenda wanatupa mwili kwa forest? Was this the same case?
Yeah, in fact, the chronological order of events before 1920, we know the Wazungu came at around 18, towards the end of the 19th century, which is 18 something. So they used, first of all, to take bodies of the dead to the forests and leave it to be taken by the hyenas. Okay. They never used to bury them. But now, later on, after 1920s, somewhere there, when the Mzungu came, because that was a health hazard, yeah, because somebody was sick or something, that rotten smell and everything. But that time, it used to work that way because there are big parcels of land which are inhabited. So they used to go to the farthest end and, just dump the body there to be eaten by hyenas and other animals. But now, come 1920 onward, the missionaries were working very much with the communities, and especially in Ukambani, the first place to have the missionaries came where Kamba. Kamba is in Machakos. I know where the Kamba school. They built the missionary school there. Kamba Secondary School now. I think it's a boys' school. Yeah, and when the missionaries used to go somewhere, they used to build a church. They'll build a school, and it would be a church, a school, and hospital.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they also educate the community around there. So people stopped taking bodies to the forests.
Okay.
And this, where there used to be the missionaries, they would have cemeteries. Instead of throwing that body in the forest, they had a cemetery. Like where I come from in Kilungu, there is a cemetery near Precious Blood Kilungu. Also there is an hospital called the Kikoko Mission Hospital. There's Precious Blood Kilungu, which is for the girls. Then there was the Tomiando School for the boys. Then even there are two primary schools, the Umand Primary School and Kikoko Girls. Then the church. So there's a cemetery between the school called Kikoko Girls and the Precious Blood Kilungu.
Okay.
That's where they used to bury their loved one. Like the second born after my dad. My dad was born in the early 1950s. Yeah, in fact, in 1950, his brother who follows him is the second born. He died when he was young, so he was buried in the cemetery. Yeah, he was not buried in our own village.
Okay.
Because that's what the missionary at that time trying to tune people to that, and they made it to see that they don't need to dispose the body of their loved ones. Yeah, so going forward, nowadays we usually bury people in our homes. Yeah, we take people with our loved ones to our homes.